Contrary to popular belief, Brazil is both ecologically and economically diverse. The country is comprised of 26 states and one federal district. These form 5 distinct regions, each with distinct environments and economies. They are the North, the Northeast, the Central West, the Southeast, and South regions. Our journey begins in the North. The Northern region is comprised of the states of Acre, Amapá, Amazonas, Pará, Rondônia, Roraima, and Tocantins. Northern Brazil is home to the majority of the Amazon rainforest. In the heart of the forest, we find cities with thriving economies. Manaus, capital of the state of Amazonas, is the largest city in the northern region with a population of over 2 million people. There is a large port in Manaus with many opportunities for imports and exports via the Amazon River. Many worldwide companies such as Honda and Nokia have factories in Manaus. The northern region is also known for its wealth of natural resources. The rainforest provides wood that is shipped around the world. Other exports from the region include fruits such as acai and mangoes, nuts, and latex. Metals such as gold and iron are mined in this region, and dams have helped the economy grow by providing more reliable energy. Tocantins and Rio Branco also depend on cattle raising to boost their region's economy. Moving farther south, we enter the Central West region. The states of Goiás, Mato Grosso do Sul, and the Federal District of Brasília comprise this region. Geographically, the Central West is very diverse. It is covered by vast expanses of savanna in the south, rainforests in the north, and enormous wetlands in the west, known as the Pantanal. The Pantanal is the region's most important ecological landmark. Most of the area is submerged during the rainy season, which leads to a great variety of plants and animals, some which only live in the Pantanal itself. The Central West region is the least populated of any region. As such, its economy is relatively small, and investment in the area has been historically small. However, with the relocation of the Brazilian capital to Brasília, political and ecological tourism are now important parts of the area's economy. Agriculture, especially cattle farming, is still the most dominant industry in the region, especially as mining has lost some of its significance. The Northeast region is comprised of Maranhão, Piauí, Ceará, Rio Grande do Norte, Paraíba, Pernambuco, Alagoas, Sergipe, and Bahia. The northeastern region geographically can be divided into a few different sections, going from the tropical east coast and moving inland up to the Sertão, and finally ending at the borders of the Amazon rainforest. The Sertão is quite dry and can be considered a desert region, which receives little rainfall in comparison to surrounding areas. The northeastern region is especially known for its beaches. Each year, many tourists visit the east coast, mainly in Fortaleza and Recife. The Northeast is generally considered one of the more poorer regions of the country. It does not contain large industries, nor is it a primary financial center. Tourism has become one of the biggest industries in the region. Although the tourists come from all over the world, most come from North America or Europe to spend time in paradise. This focused attention on one small part of Brazil is good for the economy and motivates people to come back and visit other parts of the country later. The next region, and arguably the most important, is the Southeast, which contains the states of Espírito Santo, Minas Gerais, Rio de Janeiro, and São Paulo. Since the beginning of the 19th century, the Southeast has been the financial center of Brazil as well as the most populated. Here we find a wide variety of agriculture, industry, and services in the economy. Though there are many industrious and developed cities such as Belo Horizonte, Campinas, São José dos Campos, Vitória, and others, the center of culture and economy rests in São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. Rio has become famous over the last century for its incredible culture of music and dance, where the largest party in the world is thrown every year, Carnaval. It is also home to dozens of tourist locations such as the beaches of Copacabana and Ipanema, as well as the Christ Redeemer statue. Rio is also well known for its sprawling favelas or slums. São Paulo is the economic hub of the country, with 20 million people living in the metro area. Over 12% of the country's GDP is generated here, making it the 10th largest economic city in the world. About 60% of all foreign companies in Brazil are based in São Paulo. At the very bottom of Brazil is the South region. The region is composed of the states of Paraná, Santa Catarina, and Rio Grande do Sul. Each of these states have large economic centers: Curitiba in Paraná, Porto Alegre in Rio Grande do Sul, and Joinville in Santa Catarina. The south is the coldest region in Brazil and is the only place in the country where snow falls. Forests dominate the landscape in the north, while the pampas cover most of the south, especially Rio Grande do Sul. The region is most famous for the Foz do Iguaçu, on the border with Paraguay, one of the largest systems of waterfalls in the world. The south is the most European of any of the regions in Brazil, and a heavy European influence can be seen throughout the region. This is due to large numbers of German and Italian immigrants that came to the area looking for better opportunities in the middle of the 19th century. In fact, there are still cities where German and Italian are spoken on the streets. The economy is a mix of industry and agriculture. Many car companies have regional headquarters in the south, including Audi, Volkswagen, Renault, Volvo, and Chrysler. Agriculture is also important. The region produces and exports large amounts of soy and wheat to the rest of the country. Brazil. 6 unique regions bound together.